Hey Zelda fans, Rick here. This week has been hectic to say the least. With the release of Link's Awakening closing in on us, I've been hard at work creating and planning content for the next couple of weeks. Seeing as we have a bunch of newbies, and it's been years for most other fans, I thought it would be a good idea to brush up on our knowledge of the game. So I concocted a list covering the top dungeons featured in Link's Awakening. For those of you new dreamers out there, be warned, this video teeters into spoiler territory. I'll give you a moment to tune off. While we wait, have you heard? I just dropped new t-shirt designs over on Teespring. If you'd like to help support the channel, grab one by following the link below. While you're down there, hit the like button, and if you're new, subscribe for more Zelda goodness. Okay, you ready? Let's begin. Number 5 goes to the very first dungeon in the game, Tail Cave. Ordinarily, I wouldn't include such an early dungeon in a list like this, but Tail Cave stands out amongst the rest. To begin with, finding the key to Dungeon 1 is sort of a puzzle in and of itself. This pattern carries on throughout Link's Awakening, but Tail Cave does it first. Overall, the layout is pretty straightforward, but I think that's what gives Tail Cave the leg up. It's short yet sweet. Plus, you know, it comes with that fancy item known as the Rock's Feather. God, I love that thing. The back-to-back mini-boss and main boss fights are a nice change of pace as well. Rolling Bones is rather easy, but Moldorm. If it wasn't for that tiny platform and the fact that he heals when you fall off, he'd be a rather simple boss. We'll see if this little quirk has been fixed in the remake. In my opinion, Tail Cave takes simple dungeon design and wraps it up in a nice neat package with a dope item to boot. Next is Key Cavern. This one takes the whole puzzle before the main dungeon thing to the next level. You literally have to clear out an entire castle filled with Darknut and then make your way through a maze riddled with endless pits of death, all in order to get the key. This simple side quest helps build up that anticipation for the next dungeon, until you finally obtain the slime key and lower the bars blocking the entrance. I've gotta say, to me, Dungeon 3 is where Link's Awakening starts to get interesting. From the very beginning, the cavern tries to throw you off your game, immediately closing off the first door you encounter. Go to the right and you're greeted with a reversed vacuum mouth, which will push you off the edge. Not going that way either. When all else fails, toss a pot at it. Once you're through to the other side, the deceit continues. Floor 2 has 4 doors, only 2 of which are actually useful. The other 2 rooms are farces set up to waste your time. Key Cavern does this one last time right before the boss fight, setting in that sense of doubt. Did you really finish the dungeon? Should you go back and check? I mean, especially with all of the hidden rooms. Please always make sure to pick up the compass in this game, it's actually useful. The item is definitely worthwhile in this dungeon too. The Pegasus boots are an essential piece of your inventory. They can be used to help crush rocks, clear large gaps, and dash swiftly across Koholint Island, especially in the new remake. As for bosses, the Dodongo stakes used as mini-bosses are kind of a joke in the original. You can even glitch the game and only have to kill one, but I've heard that's been updated in the remake. Slime Eyes, on the other hand, puts up quite the fight. Overall, it's the traps, hidden rooms, and challenge this dungeon sets forth that truly allow Key Cavern to take number 4. At number 3 is Catfish's Maw. As long as you obtain the flippers from Angler's Tunnel, you'll have no issues getting into Dungeon 5. Although it may be rather simple to get into, unlike others on this list, Catfish's Maw makes up for it with its theme and mini-bosses. One interesting mini-boss being Master Stalfos, who you have to chase all throughout the dungeon and defeat in order to get the hookshot. I love this dude's shenanigans. Master Stalfos is probably one of my favorite Zelda mini-bosses because of this game. The next one is Goma, well, rather 2, which is a completely optional boss battle, but it's still a nice addition and an entertaining bout. Fun fact, Link's Awakening was Goma's second appearance in the series, the first one being the original Legend of Zelda. I feel like nearly every dungeon in this game has a useful item of some sort hidden within it, and Catfish's Maw is no exception, with the hookshot. An item literally so important it allows you access to the area leading to the final dungeon in the game. As we can see in the remake, the hookshot has even been improved upon and can now be used to dominate the rafting minigame. Let's round it off with the boss, Slimeal, one of the easier bosses in the roster. Slimeal can easily be defeated by staying in the corner, although he does force you to use the dungeon item, unlike many others, who can just be defeated by using the plain old sword. I'd say Slimeal is a fairly mediocre boss for a number 3 pick, but it's Master Stalfos's games and Goma's surprising appearance that wins Catfish's Maw number 3. Turtle Rock is our second runner-up. One of my favorite but also most hated dungeons in Link's Awakening. To gain access, you must first defeat the sub-boss, which is a turtle attached to the entrance. After the epic battle, you may enter Turtle Rock. Once inside, you'll find interesting puzzles, plenty of hidden rooms, and a grand total of 6 mini-bosses, 5 of which were faced previously with the addition of one new one. Turtle Rock is by far the biggest dungeon in all of Link's Awakening. In fact, it's so big it includes a section where you can take a short reprieve, allowing you to unlock a warp point atop the dungeon. This is extremely handy as you can go back to the town and stock up on essential items and then return at your leisure. The challenge level here is top notch, at least before the boss. Now for the item, the magic rod. This time around, it isn't all that essential to your inventory other than inside Turtle Rock. I guess it's fitting as this is the final dungeon and the magic rod is used almost exclusively to defeat the final boss, Hothead. Speaking of which, the final boss in Dungeon 8 is quite honestly terrible. Even though Turtle Rock has this one major flaw, the effective mini-boss's layout and volcanic theme help it retain a healthy spot at number 2. My number 1 pick for today's list is Eagle's Tower. You thought Tail Cave and Key Cavern had some epic side quests in order to gain access to them? Well, Eagle's Tower's got 'em beat. To get the bird key, you first need to have the level 2 power bracelets and know the Frog Song of Soul. In May Village, beneath the weather vane is a restless rooster that must be brought back from the dead using the Frog Song of Souls. With the help of the rooster, you can scale your way up tall heights to the area where the bird key hides. From there, you'll need to continue using the rooster to make your way to the top of the mountain, where you'll find the entrance to the tower. Out of all of the dungeons in Link's Awakening, Eagle's Tower has one of the best opening animations. Not only does it have a suspenseful opening, but it also has some of the best puzzles. The multi-level design allowed the developers to make something unique and challenging, even for series veterans. As for the mini-boss, Grim Creeper, I truly wish we would have seen more of him throughout the dungeon. Personally, I feel it would have been better to utilize him similar to Master Stalfos in Catfish's Maw. Having Grim Creeper appear multiple times throughout the dungeon instead of the Hinox or the flying tiles would have been a welcome addition. Let's not even discuss the item for this dungeon. Instead, let's talk about the amazingly epic boss battle. Once you've successfully destroyed all of the pillars and opened the entrance to the top of the tower, you can face off against Evil Eagle, by far one of the hardest boss fights in all of Link's Awakening. You have to take out this crazed eagle, all while dodging his attacks and staying on top of the tower. This fight combines the use of multiple items, putting your skills to the ultimate test. Eagle's Tower has a very special place in many Zelda fans' hearts, mine included. That's a wrap for today's Link's Awakening video. What are your favorite dungeons? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to take a moment to personally thank my channel members. It's your support that helps fuel this channel. Seriously, words can't express how much your support means to me. Did you happen to enjoy today's video? Let me know by hitting that like button. If you're new, subscribe and share it around for good measure. Thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.